Batman has the Joker, Superman has Lex Luthor, and Harley Quinn has a 12-year-old Robin? Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all-new Crossin Streams. As always, I am your host, the real Geno Reynolds, and today we're going to be talking about episode 4 of the DC Universe's Harley Quinn series. We're going to be talking about Finding Mr. Right. I will warn you, as usual with this series, there's going to be spoilers in this episode. Harley and her crew, they're pulling off a bunch of jobs. They're trying to get noticed. It's the basic setup of the episode. They're also wearing out their welcome in Poison Ivy's apartment. We are learning that Poison Ivy's having issues because her landlord, Cyborgman, who's played by Jason Alexander, is basically warning her that, you know, with all these people around and everything, she might be... he's trying to find ways to get rid of her, basically. But he can't find a way to get rid of her. Harley and her crew, they're trying to get noticed. They're pulling off crimes, but they aren't getting noticed. So they decide to go to social media and go to this Find a Nemesis site. They need a nemesis. That's how they're going to get noticed. They don't have anyone trying to stop them. So they enlist the help of King Shark. And he's the social media specialist. And he kind of joins their crew over time. And Clayface brags that he helped me from having 8 followers to 18. He's a wizard, you know. So they're trying different things trying to find a nemesis, but they're getting little bites on this website, but it's people wanting a weekend nemesis or something like that. No, she wants a full-blown nemesis. So instead of finding her own, Harley decides that she's going to steal Joker's. That's right, she wants Batman. So what does she do to get Batman's attention? Steals the Batmobile. So after she takes the Batmobile back to their where they're hanging out, all of a sudden here comes a grappling hook. Oh, it's going to happen. It's Batman. Nope. Enter 12-year-old Damian Wayne, a.k.a. Robin, who... he decides that, Harley, you're my nemesis now. And, of course, that makes Harley mad. She doesn't want a 12-year-old nemesis. Damian Wayne, by the way, is voiced by Jacob Tremblay. It's really surprising me what kind of talent they're able to get for this show. So Robin's out there telling everyone, especially the show's talk show, which is called Tawny. It's kind of just one of your afternoon talk show type, you know, drama talk show type things. He's telling her that, yeah, Harley's my nemesis now, and Harley's not too happy about it. So she decides that she, like Lois Lane is running stories about this, how Robin is the nemesis. And so she ends up going after Lois Lane, which of course brings Superman. She's excited about that until Superman calls Robin. And Robin comes in, and that stuff's pretty funny. But then she decides, you know what? I've had enough of this. I'm getting Batman's attention. And she kidnaps Robin and forces him publicly to say that they are not against each other, that he is not her nemesis. This, of course, gets Batman's attention, but... this also gets the attention of the Joker, who's not too happy that Harley's taken his Batman, so he takes matters into his own hands and goes after Robin as well, which of course leads Batman away. And then we also learn that King Shark officially does join the group. That being said, when King Shark does move into the apartment, this gives Cy Borgman everything he needs to get rid of Poison Ivy, because she's not allowed to have pets in the apartment. We get introduced to a few characters again. We get introduced to King Shark. I love the version of King Shark. He's just really silly, but he has a dark side. He talks about how he doesn't like blood, and we get to see what that turns into later. We get introduced to Robin, which I think this is going to maybe be a recurring thing. They do have a pretty funny joke with Batman and Robin at the end, because you get to see some father-son relationship stuff. So getting introduced to Robin, the way they're talking about him, he may be coming back in later episodes, but I'm not sure. All in all, I thought this was a pretty solid episode. I don't think I thought it was as funny as the last one. That being said, it doesn't feel like they're forcing the maturity as they were the first couple episodes. So I give them a lot of credit. There were some pretty funny jokes where like Joker sending Harley a congratulations card for having a new nemesis, but it's basically making fun of her. Talking about how it's from the "You're Never Gonna Join Us" Justice League, or Legion of Doom for that matter. So yeah, there's just the way the episode goes. It's using more intelligent comic humor. I like that it was doing that. I like that they introduced Robin, and while he's a cocky little liar to a lot of people, in the end it turns out he's just kind of insecure. One thing that I know a lot of people are wondering if they're going to finally pull the trigger and make Harley and Poison Ivy an item. They do kind of tease it. That being said, it's in the middle of this Tawny show, so of course they put up a super at the bottom. It's like, are they gonna kiss? When they've been thrown into each other by Batman, so it's not like they went on a date or anything, but they do tease that there might be something there. So, because we all know that a lot of, though that's really been teased in the comics and the cartoons, that they may end up being together, that they may be more than just really good friends. So they at least acknowledge that in this cartoon, whether or not it's a throwaway joke or if that is a setup for something later, who knows. That being said, they show a bar when Poison Ivy ends up on TV. They show this bar, and they show Kite Man in the bar. So they're probably still going to play with that a little bit. So yeah, all in all, it was a pretty solid episode. Again, they didn't force the humor. When Superman shows up, he's got really corny jokes. The Joker, he's still just trying to mess with Harley. Basically, he wants to be the top dog. He doesn't want her to have any happiness. Of course, if you think about it, the Joker is already her nemesis, but, we'll get there, I'm sure, in the show. King Shark's a fun addition. Just the way they have him. I loved when they introduced him. Harley makes something about something that could be seen as a shark joke, and he's like, "Did you just make a shark joke?" And she gets all scared, and he goes, "'Cause I thought it was funny." And he's just a really silly character, but when blood gets involved, he goes crazy. So, of course, Harley wants him in the crew. Jason Alexander's funny for what little bits he's in. And I like Jacob Tremblay a lot as Damian Wayne. So yeah, it was a solid episode. I like the new characters. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing Robin again. And then King Shark, of course, is now part of the crew. So pretty solid episode. Again, it's going to take me a while to say you must get the DC Universe to see this. But if you get a chance to see this show, I'm warming up to a little bit. As long as they stick with the intelligent humor and don't just kind of go like with what Titans is doing, where it's just like, we can say the F-bomb, so we're gonna. Yeah, they do that in this show too, but they are getting a little bit more solid, in-depth comic humor added in there as well with the different characters and everything. So I'm starting to warm up to this show a little bit more. I'm glad that they're not just going, hey, we can say F this, F that, and F this, and everything's great, and that makes for a good show. No, it doesn't. But the last two episodes, especially the last episode, or last week's episode, and this one's pretty solid as well, I'm starting to really enjoy this show a little more. That's going to be all for this edition of Crossin Streams. If you like what you've heard here, please subscribe to the Real Geno YouTube channel, like this video, and you have anything to say about DC Universe's Harley Quinn show, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Till next time, I'm your host, the Real Geno, Geno Reynolds. See you later, puddins.